What's up, you guys? Sim here with a new video today, and I'm here to finally bring you guys the episode of Road to Nats that you guys have been waiting for. It's the most requested one. Time to do it on Monarchs, you guys. And as you can see, I tried my absolute best to kind of compile everything that is Monarchs into one kind of jumbled up Monarch. It's just like layout of all the possible ways you can play this deck. First off, let's start with the basics. Why this is just, an amazing deck choice for Nationals and probably the best deck, easily one of the best decks to take to Nationals this year. The Monarch engine is absolutely absurd. It really, really is. I mean, you have a draw card that just literally, it just defies everything that a draw card should do. You dig into your deck, you dig more into your deck, you can recycle it if you play Idea. It's absolutely insane. Pantheism, without a doubt, is one of the most insane draw cards to ever come out in the game. Stormforth. Stormforth has been unfair since the card first came out. I don't know if people really remember, but when the card came out, certain Qliphort players were trying to use the card in their deck because it was just the fact that you could get rid of problematic monsters to tribute your own. It was insane. Obviously, you guys know the applications to Cosmo and to other decks. The way Stormforth has just really impacted the meta. It's just a crazy card overall. But really, look at the engine. The engine is just insane. You guys know what it does. There's been hundreds of Monarch profiles. I don't have to really explain that. The Monarchs themselves are insane. Erebus, Ether, Karaz, depending on which versions you play. Some people cut to 2 because you can always add it back. Some people play 2, some people play 1, some people play 3. All preference, whatever you feel is the right way to do it. The Monarch engine is very solid just of itself. The tribute monsters, the spells and traps that do everything. Prime, of course, is just insane, depending on what build you play. And then you can choose your engine. So your engine can be in the Quantums, the 2 red layer and the blue layer. It could be the Speedroids, which is actually one of my personal favorites. The Speedroid engine with the 3 Teratop and the 1 Taco board. Then there's also Mithra. Mithra was a favorite of mine when I played the hand control with Baby Thestalos and Big Thestalos. Just insane. Being able to floodgate BA immediately is insane too. Double tribute is just always, you're just so far ahead of the curve. It's crazy. Then there's other engines. There is Brilliant Fusion. Brilliant Fusion has gone up and down. Some people play it, some people don't. It just really depends, what you want to accomplish with the deck. The thing with the Brilliant Engine is you have to decide: are you going to take the risk in playing Garnets or Lazuli with the Jax Knight, depending on how you play it? Are you gonna, take the risk of dead drawing them or adding a second copy to your deck so hopefully you don't draw them as much? It can take away from the deck's consistency. It's just preference. There's also, if you do play the blue layer, there is the E-Telly. They can also lead to possible breaks that do happen. There's also been a surgence of instant fusion for Panzer Dragon for your 5s, Thousand-Eyes Strict to steal monsters tribute over. And this one is just Dragonus the Wicked Knight. It's if you are playing the Speedroid build with instant fusion, it allows you to make the usually dead taco board live if you hard draw it, so that does help out a lot. That's just some basic stuff. What's another reason the deck is fantastic for Nationals? It has really good matchups across the board. It has a decent BA matchup. You just can overpower them. Just tributing on your turn, their turn. It's just nuts. At their Erebus, they do so much. They just really lock the opponent out. Stormforthing away their Beatrice is just insane. I didn't even mention return, but you can just search your Monarchs at will. It's crazy. You can blow it up with Karaz to access your extra deck. And that's another topic. What build is the right build to play? Well, there are so many options. We can start with the very basics where Monarchs started, Domain Monarchs. Why is Domain such a good choice? Let's face it, Pendulums and Burning Abyss, PK Fire, whatever you want to call it, Phantom Knight BA, have really started to come back into the meta. And as you guys have seen, the last 2 YCSs have been won by Burning Abyss, Phantom Knight. Well, if you're playing Domain, you pretty much lock that deck out. If you go first, you get a Tribute Summon monster. They don't draw a Twin Twister. They really don't have a way. They can't get to their extra deck. And you just overpower them next turn, and you just eventually just simplify the game, and you just win. Same thing with Pendulums. If they can't access their extra deck, they have a problem too. They can't Pendulum Summon. They can't do anything. So Domain actually seems like a fantastic choice if that's what you feel you're going to play the most of. If you feel you're going to go into Nationals, you're going to play mostly Pendulums and Burning Abyss or Phantom Knight Burning Abyss, that's a fantastic choice. It's also extremely budget. The fact that you don't have to play an extra deck is huge. It really, really is. The fact that you don't have to invest the money in an extra deck, the fact that, you know, you just need your main deck and your side deck, I mean, that's just really convenient. I remember when I first picked up Monarchs and realized, damn, I actually don't have an extra deck. It was insane. So that's one thing to note. I think Domain is a very solid choice. Uh, Another build would be, of course, EDM, Extra Deck Monarchs. This is just a generic, you know, you don't really have to pay attention to this. This was just, you know, compiled of stuff. You know, you play your rank 5s. If you're playing the Speedroids, you have rank 3 access. If you're playing Instant Fusion, you have your Fusion access. Pretty simple stuff. Very versatile. The deck can do a lot. The one thing people say about Extra Deck Monarchs, if you play that build, is that you not only have a Monarch deck, but you have a Monarch deck that can also access this extra deck. Therefore, you have a lot more flexibility in situations you normally would not if you only played Domain and had no access to extra deck. So that's something to keep in mind, of course. And then there is another favorite of mine, the quick draw into the Ultimaya to Zulkin and into the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon build. That build is the nuts. Like, I've seen it go off and it's insane. The ability to, you know, stick a Crystal Wing on the field is just crazy. The ability to, you know, spawn dragons out of it by just setting Pantheism, I mean, that's just dumb. It really is. You know, just like, I'm going to set Pantheism. I'm going to bring out a Scarlet Red Dragon or a Stardust Spark. I don't even know what the targets are. There's Michael, the Lightsworn, Archangel. There's, you know, there's a lot of options. You can even play Bezel. I think the Bezel. I don't know what people call it. I call it Bezel. The like Dark Dragon that can't be destroyed. Like, the thing is nuts. So there's so many options if you play this build. It's what won. I believe it was the UK National, one of the nationals that passed. It got first place playing the quick draw, or if you want to call it Ultimaya Monarch deck. So that's really cool too. You have so many options, like so much versatility. There's also been some players are actually main decking Zaborg, the Mega Monarch, to knock out the opponent's extra deck. That's pretty crazy too. That was a crazy tech that I saw some people doing. Some players main decked one copy of Zaborg, some players side decked the card. It was just crazy. And of course, there's other flexible cards like Escalation. Escalation being the ability to tribute on both turns. Let's face it, that's just nuts. Like, players are deciding whether they want to main it or side it. It just really depends on what you're really trying to accomplish. So those are pretty much all the outlined ways. There's, of course, you know, which engine are you going to, you know, pick if you're playing Monarchs? Are you going to play the standard idea, Eidos, you know, to get your multiple summons? Are you going to play Mithra to get your double tribute and Floodgate on BA? Are you going to choose the Quantal engine for its flexibility and rank 5 access? Are you going to play the Speedroid build for, you know, completely dodging a lot of cards that hinder you know, that don't take away from your normal summon. The ability to just, you know, special summon these guys is great. So I think I lost a red layer. Yep, I lost a red layer. Anyways, you guys know what I mean. There is 2 red layer in there. But the deck overall, I think, is an absolutely phenomenal choice for Nationals. A lot of people in the comments on the last video on Cosmo were saying they feel it's the deck that's going to win Nationals. I definitely could see that happening. The fact that your Cosmo matchup is simplified just by playing this deck, and the fact that you play Stormfort, the fact that you play Erebus, which doesn't target, is just, I mean, it's insane. It's just like it's like Dark Destroyer, no problem. Stormfort, boom. Dark Destroyer, no problem. Erebus, boom. Like, it's just insane what the, you know, how powerful this deck is, and the fact that it came from a structure deck, I think, is just absolutely insane as well. Again, if you do play the Brilliant engine, you know, just realize, you know, you're taking up a lot of deck space. You are playing Brilliant Fusions, the possible Garnet or Lazuli, depending on your ratios, the Jax Knight if you play that build, and you also in the extra deck have to play 1 or more copies of Seraph Knight. So take that into account when deciding which way is the best way to go. But yeah, overall, I feel this, based on what I've read in the comments, based on the performance I've seen from a lot of, you know, players, they feel this is the best deck. Don't be fooled that just because Phantom Knight BA won the last 2 YCSs that it's going to win Nationals. It might not. I definitely could see all 3 decks duking it out in the, you know, the top 6. I bet will definitely have a Monarch player, definitely have a Cosmo player, and definitely have some version of Burning Abyss or Phantom Knight Burning Abyss, because the decks are just insane, and Monarch is without a doubt one of the best decks and best calls for the North American World Championship qualifiers. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope I covered everything, you guys. I forgot to mention, you also have the flexibility of main decking Twin Twister in this deck, as you do in Burning Abyss, Phantom Knight. It just depends. It's just really cool that with Twin Twister you can use cards like Pantheism or Prime and they'll get value later. I think that's just really cool too. The fact that you can even discard an idea to get back to get back. Banish Monarchs by a trap is pretty crazy too. You know, there's so much flexibility. Plus, you know, Erebus, put it in the graveyard, get it back. You know, there's all these things. I mean, I can go on and on, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, in the comments below, let me know what you think of Monarchs. Do you feel they are the best deck for Nationals this year? And if so, which build would you play and why? There are so many ways you can go about this deck, and it just really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Which route do you feel is the best? Is it extra deck Monarchs? Is it domain Monarchs? Is it Ultimaya, Tzolk'in, Quick Draw, McGraw, Monarchs? Is it Brilliant Fusion Monarchs? Yeah, there's just so many ways to do it. But let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just smash that like button so we can get on to the next episode. The next episode will most likely going to be on pendulums or the demise decks in general. Pendulums, I've seen a huge resurgence, so I'm really looking forward to talking about that, and demise decks, of course. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.